We continue now at the top of Daf Kufnan Beis Amud Beis Meseches Shabbos. This is Shabbos Daf 152b. We're continuing a story of a man who died in the neighborhood of Rav Yehuda. There was no one to mourn the person, so Rav Yehuda every single day he led 10 men. Rashi says, Kol Yoma Havadabu Rav Yehuda Be'asara. Rav Yehuda led each day of the 7 days of mourning. He led 10 men there. B'yasve B'duchte, they stayed in the area where he died. La'achar Shiva Yomim, and after 7 days, Ischazi Le Bechelma, this man appeared to Rav Yehuda in a dream, to Rav Yehuda in Rav Yehuda's dream. V'yamar Lein, he said to him, Tanuach Daitcha, you should have a peace of mind. She'inachtas Daiti, because you gave me peace of mind. Amar Rabbi Avo says, Kol she'omrim mifnei ha-mace, anything that is said in front of the mace, yodeat sheyistum hagolal. The mace is aware of what is being said until the cover of the coffin is closed. Pligi bar Rabbi Chia Rabbi Shimon Berevi. There was a machlokas about this between Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Shimon Berevi. Chad amar ad sheyistum hagolal. One of them said that it actually means until the goal is closed. V'chad amar ad sheyisachel habasar. The other one says no, it's until the flesh is consumed. That's until that point in time the mace is aware of what's being said. Man damar ad sheyisachel habasar. Now the one who says that it goes until the time that the flesh is consumed, where do you see that from? D'chsiv, because the pasuk says ach besaro olav yichav benafsho olav te'avil. The idea basically is, as long as there's flesh, the soul of the person is alive enough to understand exactly what is going on. Man damar ad sheyistum hagolo, the one who says that it's till until the coffin is covered, d'chsiv, because the pasuk says v'yashav afar la'aretz kishahaya. It says that the earth is going to, the dirt is going to return to the land as it was. So again, that's a reference to the fact that the person is completely buried. At that point in time is when the person is no longer aware of what is being said. Tana Rabbanan, we learned in a brayso of Ruach Tashav El Elokim Asher Nasna to no lo. So the pasuk says that the spirit will return to God. So the brayso darshans Kemosha Nasna Lach Betara Af Ata Betara. It says just like the soul of the person was pure when it was given to you, you need to return it. It has to be tashav. It has to return to God in this pure fashion. Mashal lemelech basar v'dam. This is similar. It's a mashal to a king of flesh and blood. Shechalak bigdei malchus la'avodav. He distributes royal clothing to his servants. Pichin shebahen kiflum v'nichum b'kufsa. The smart servants, they take these clothing, they fold it up, and they put it in a box. They don't touch it. Tipshim shebahem, the stupid people, halchu v'asu ben malacha, they go and they wear these clothing to do work. Liyam bikesh hamelach es kelav. Some time later, the king requires his clothing back. Pichin shebahen achzirim lo kashein meguhatzin. The people who are smart, they return the clothing. They're completely pressed. They look like brand new because they haven't been used. Tipshin shebahen achzirim lo kashein mulachlachin. The people who are stupid, they return it and they're very dirty. The clothing are dirty. Samach hamelech likras pichin. The king is obviously happy with the smart people. V'choas likras tipshin. And he's angry at the people who are stupid. Al pichin amar, about the smart people, it says, yinosnu kli la'otzar, v'heim yelchu lebateim l'shalom. The king says about them, put the clothing back to the storehouse, and everyone should go back in peace to their houses. The al tipshin amar, but to those who are stupid, the king says, kli yinosnu lekoves. We're going to have to give these clothing to the launderer, to the person to clean them. And the tipshim, we should lock them up into jail. Afa Kadosh Baruch Hu, so too the same thing is with Kadosh Baruch Hu. Al gufon shel tzadikim omer, when it comes to the bodies of the tzadikim, he says, Yavo shalom yanucha al mishkavosam. They should come in peace. They should lie on their beds. V'al nishmasan omer, what does it say about the souls? It says v'haisa nefesh adoni tzrura b'tzura chaim. The soul is tied up in life. Al gufan shel rishayim, however, but when it comes to the bodies of the wicked, what does it say? It says ein shalom amar Hashem l'rishayim. It says there's no peace for the rishayim. V'al nishmasan, however, and when it comes to the souls of the wicked, what does it say? It says ves nefesh oivecha yiklena b'soch kaf hakela. Their souls will be shot from like a slingshot. The idea is they're not going to have any rest. The Gemara continues. Tanya, we learned in a brayso, Rabbi Eliezer Omer. Rabbi Eliezer says, nishmasan shel tzadikim genuzos tachas kisei hakavod. The souls of tzadikim are stored underneath the kisei hakavod. Shneimar, like it says, v'haisa nefesh adoni tzrura b'tzura chayim. The soul of my master is going to be bound up in the bundle of life. But Rabbi Eliezer continues, v'shel rishoyim, when it comes to the souls of the wicked, zomos v'holchos, those souls are fettered. U'malach echad omid b'sofa olam, there's one angel that stands at one end of the world. U'malach acher omid b'sofa olam, another one at the other end of the world. U'mekal nishmasan zelazeh, again they like slingshot the soul back and forth. Shenema, like it says, v'es nefesh oivecha yiklena b'soch kaf hakela. The idea being, again, the souls of the rishoyim, they don't have any peace, they don't have any rest. Amar le Rabbi of Nachman. So Rabbi said to Rav Nachman, Shel Beinonim Mai, what about people who are Beinonim, people who are intermediate? What happens to those souls? So Amar Lei, he said to him, Ika shechivna lo amri lechu. He said, had I died before you asked this, you would have never heard the answer. Hi Milsi, you would have never heard what I'm about to say. Hachi Amar Shmuel, Shmuel says the following is the answer to this question. Elu ve'elu ledoma nimsarin. The neshamos of Beinonim and Rishayim, the neshamos of the intermediate people and the wicked, they're handed over to Duma. Duma is a particular angel. Halalu yeshlan manoach. Now the Beinonim, the people who are intermediate, they have some rest. Halalu ein lahem manoach. But when it comes to the Rishayim, they don't get any rest. So the souls are given over to the same angel, the angel Duma, but there's a difference between them. Amar le Rav Mari said to him, Asidim tzadikim dahavu afra. In the future, the righteous are going to turn into dirt, tichsiv, like it says, v'yashuv ha'afar ala aretz kishaya. The dirt will return the way it was. The Gemara now brings a story that goes somewhat against this, that maybe the bodies of tzaddikim do not deteriorate. Hanu kapoloi, there was once some diggers, davakafli bara Rav Nachman. They were digging in the land of Rav Nachman, nachar buhu Rav Achai bar Yoshia. This Rav Achai bar Yoshia was buried there. He snorted at them, even though he was not alive. Asu v'amru Rav Nachman. They told Rav Nachman this. They said, Nachar ben Gavra, there's a certain person here who seems to, it's a dead body, seems to be alive. Asa v'amar le, so he came and he said, Asa v'amar le, he came and he said to him, Man nihumar. He said to the body, who is this? Who are you? Amar le said, Ano Achar bar Yoshia. I am Achai bar Yoshia. Amar le said to him, V'lav Amar Rav Mari asidi tzaddik dahav afra. 1 second, didn't Rav Mari make a statement and he said that in the future tzaddikim are going to turn into dirt? How is it that your body has stayed intact? Amar le, he said, Umani Mari delo yadani le. He said, I don't know who Rav Mari is, so I'm not worried about his opinion. Amar le v'akroksiv. He said, well, what? There's a pasuk. It says, V'yashuv ha'afar la'aretz kishai. It's going to go back to the dirt like it was. So he said, Amar le da'akaryach koheles lo akaryach mishlei. The person who taught you koheles, he didn't teach you Sefer Mishlei, because what does it say over there? It says over there, dechsiv v'rekev atzamas kina, which we darshan to mean kol mi sheyesh lo kina belibo. Anyone who has jealousy in his heart, atzmosa markivim. His bones are going to deteriorate. Kol she'ein lo kina belibo. But if a person has no jealousy in his heart, ein atzmosa markivim. So then his bones are not going to rot, and that's why my bones have not rotted. So then the Gemara continues the story. Goshashe, he felt the body. Chaz yadisbei mashasha, and he saw that the body was tangible, that this person seems to be alive. Amar le said, Leikomar legavib debesa. He said, why don't you go home to your house? You seem to be alive. Amar le, so he said back to him, Golas hadaydach da'afila nevilo karis. From this statement, it's revealed that you haven't even read any of the Nevi'im. Because it says in the pasuk, "Vidatem ki ani Hashem bepischi es kivrosechem." It says you're going to know that I am God when I open your grave sites. Meaning, only God can take somebody out from death. Once a person dies, even in such a situation like this, they cannot come out of their death on their own. Amar Lei said to him, but doesn't the pasuk say that you are dirt and you're going to return to the dirt? Amar Lei said, he said, you're right, that when I return to the dirt, even though the body is intact now, but when I will return to the dirt right before Tchias HaMesim, the moment before Tchias HaMesim, it's going to be Kiyafar Ata Ve'alafar Tashav, I'll return to the dirt, and then there'll be Tchias HaMesim. Amar Lei Tzeduki l'Rabbi Avohu, a certain Tzeduki said to Rabbi Avohu, Amrisu nishmasan shel tzadikim genuzos tachas kisei hakavod. You say that the neshamas of tzaddikim are stored under the kisei hakavod. So if that's the case, uvatamya hecha aske l'Shmuel benegida. So if that's the case, there was a story in Sefer Shmuel where a woman, a balas ov, she used this certain sorcery. She conjured up Shmuel using this sorcery. How did she do that? So Amar Lei said back to the Tzeduki, that was within 12 months of his death, so it was still possible to bring the soul of Shmuel up. The Tanya, because we learned in a Brisa, called Yud Beis Chodesh Gufo Kayim V'Nishmaso Olav Yoredis. For the 12 months after the person dies, the body stays intact and the soul can go up and down. La'achar Yud Beis Chodesh, after 12 months, Haguf Batal, the body is no longer. And we'll continue with this statement in the next video on Daf Kuf Nun Gimel Amud Aleph.